Yamamoto, the U.S. Tag Team Champions, are being challenged by Dennis Condrey and Big Phil Hickerson. Tommy Rich just received a double body slam from Hickerson and Condrey. He's in trouble on the ropes as Condrey tags in and goes after him. Tojo Yamamoto on the far side of the ring, warding in. Tommy Rich would like nothing better than to make the tag because he needs a break. He needs to get out. But watch out, Hickerson coming in, going after Rich. Rich lashes out at the midsection. We've had a vicious match going here. This has been a feud that's been building for a long time. Condrey and Hickerson against Yamamoto and Rich. Hickerson in there, pulling here, but Tommy Rich battling back almost by instinct. He seems groggy, rubber-legged, falls into the rope. But he's coming back now. Look at him. Look at him. Lay him in there. Oh, here comes another one. There it goes. Tojo Yamamoto coming in, taking on Hickerson. As Tommy Rich goes after Condrey, puts him on the ropes, straddles him. Just does a spread eagle on top of him. He's got him down for one. Hickerson kicked him in the head to break it up. Tojo Yamamoto still in there, the referee, trying to get Tojo out, trying to get Hickerson out. But Hickerson has his boot off. He took his boot off. He's hammered Tommy Rich in the back of the head with that boot. Tommy Rich down on the mat. He's not moving. Tojo going after Hickerson. Dennis Condrey in the ring with Tommy Rich. He's tied his leg up. He's got a string around his leg, his ankle. Now he's tying it to the rope. Tommy Rich being tied to the rope. As Tojo battles it out with Hickerson, the referee trying to separate them is not noticed. Tommy Rich tied to the rope. Now Condrey joins Hickerson in pounding down on Tojo Yamamoto. Tommy Rich trying to free himself, but tied in such a way that he can't get at the knot. Condrey kicking at Tommy Rich. Tojo Yamamoto taking a beating from Hickerson and Condrey. Tommy trying to free himself desperately. At last, no, I thought he was free, but he is not. The spectator trying to come to his aid. Of course, that cannot be. The police having to keep the spectators away as Tommy Rich tries to free himself. Now the referee assisting. Tojo Yamamoto's head is bleeding. The cut has been opened up on his head from this pounding he's receiving from Hickerson and Condrey. Still, Tommy Rich tied up. The referee tried to free him, turned his attention to Tojo for just a moment. Now goes back to the cord, holding Tommy Rich securely to that rope. Dennis Condrey moving in on Tommy Rich, kicking and stomping at him. The referee has not stopped the match. I would have suspected by now that he would have been forced to. Tojo Yamamoto bleeding, blood streaming down both sides of his face and to his eyes. Tommy Rich struggling valiantly with that rope. Dennis Condrey kicks him down. Now the referee signals for the bell to sound. Undoubtedly it will be a disqualification. Dennis Condrey taking his boot off, hitting Tojo in the head with it. Tommy Rich has been kept out of this action for some time now by that cord around the ankle. Again, the referee trying to free him. Tommy cut down by Condrey. The bell sounds, but the battle goes on in the ring. Condrey and Hickerson pounding away at Tojo Yamamoto. Tommy Rich fighting desperately to free himself. He has been tied up securely. Well, the bell has sounded. I'm sure it'll be a disqualification. I'm certain of it, but I've received no signal to that effect from the referee as yet. Again, Tommy Rich trying to free himself, and Condrey interferes. Tojo taking a pounding. Hickerson and Condrey having almost free rein. Now Condrey biting on the head of Tojo Yamamoto, trying to open the gash even greater. This is not a wrestling match, this is brutality. Tojo Yamamoto staggering, hanging onto the ropes, blinded by his own blood, lashing out with that judo chop. Tommy Rich still tied up. Tojo lashing out. Now he goes for the wooden shoe. Watch it, he's got that shoe, but Hickerson standing over him. Pounds down. Condrey joining Hickerson, but Hickerson goes down. Tojo hits Condrey with that shoe. Drives him to his knees. Hickerson coming back in on Tojo Yamamoto. Down Hickerson goes. Tojo using that wooden shoe like a club. Drives Condrey away. Tommy Rich driven through the ropes. Hanging off the apron. Still tied to the top rope. What a wild affair this is. The referee having to get outside the ring to help Tommy Rich hanging there from the ropes. The bell sounds repeatedly, but the battle goes on. Condrey going after Tommy Rich again. Now Condrey and Hickerson at last leaving the ring. Tojo Yamamoto hanging on the ropes, bleeding. Tommy Rich hanging on the ropes, literally hung there by his ankle. Undoubtedly a disqualification. The title and the belts will stay with Tojo Yamamoto and Tommy Rich. At last, a policeman comes with a blade and Tommy Rich is cut free. What a wild affair here at the Birmingham Municipal Auditorium.